How about it? Here on a Friday, let me turn this up. Here we go. Friday, Stadium Pulse, Action Sports Checks, 24/7 network. I got an hour of college football talk coming your way. What a time it is. What a time it is. Rocking full stash for y'all today until the Jags lose. It's a great time in Jacksonville with the Jags doing what they're doing, but we're going to save all of that for the next 3 hours. That's 10 to 1 on the Brent and Austin show. Until then, holy cow, what a time. Carson Beck, game-winning touchdown, 24 seconds left. Canes, the U. Michael Irvin, back in the national championship. We're going to break down that game. I'll have my thoughts. And Indiana, Oregon tonight. It's going to be a fun one as well. And then, obviously, the transfer portal is absolutely nuts right now. It couldn't be more nuts. So we'll have that. Philo and Baugh at Florida and the entire Georgia Tech offensive line, everybody. Ashton Daniels at FSU, Alonza Barnett at UCF, all of it. Lagway, we'll have all that. For you today on Stadium Pulse, y'all know we cover 5 schools, UCF, Florida, Florida State, Georgia, and Miami. So we start with them. Why not bring you in early? Zach, you're back. We're feeling good.
Feeling great.
You've eliminated the drip is insane, so I appreciate that. You've totally eliminated FSU football from your brain of recent.
Correct.
Right?
I took a little hiatus where I was like, Florida State has made me so incredibly angry in the last month and a half, I guess. So I'm not kidding you. I literally filtered them out on all my social media. I'm taking a little break. About February.
Does it pain you to watch? Before I get into my takes from the game, does it pain you to watch Miami have success and go to a national championship?
So I'm gonna speak from a unique standpoint here, Jason, and it doesn't. I want Miami. I've wanted Miami. You can ask my friends when we talked about this on December 5th. I have wanted Miami to make the national championship just so I can say I got to watch a team play a college football national championship at home and lose it to Indiana. That's what I want. I want the ultimate heartbreak. I want Irvin, Ray Lewis, Carson Beck. I want all of them crying on the sideline, and that is ultimately what I want.
Dude, you're a hater.
Oh, I'm a hater. Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that this script could end with a team legitimately playing a home championship game is nuts.
Correct. It's insane. I don't think anybody expected it either out of Miami.
It would be, it's not going to happen, but what would happen if it was like 50-50 split with the fans? I mean, because obviously the low-hanging fruit, the thing that everybody always says about Miami, that's fair but also overplayed and Miami fans can't stand, is the fact that, they don't sell out their own stadium because they're just not on campus, right?
Correct. But I've said this before. When they play at Hard Rock, even with Florida State in town, their biggest rival, it is a neutral site at best. Now, here is the difference: there isn't another Florida team in the playoff. So Florida State fans being all over the state of Florida, a lot more are going to travel, which is what makes it a neutral site. But case in point is that Miami fans are not game changers for this game for them. Unlike if this game was in Indianapolis with Indiana, which Indiana fans seem to be traveling, according to the Rose Bowl. That game was so loud anytime Indiana had the football or was on defense. It was so loud.
So you were actively rooting for Miami last night?
I was actively rooting for Miami last night, correct.
That's absurd.
Correct.
That's
because
absurd.
I want the ultimate heartbreak, Jason. I'm hate watching so hard. It is actually like causing my face to turn red. How much I hate watching.
Wow. Okay.
I as you can imagine, I had a field day with Ohio State, Miami. Hate watching both teams. If both teams lost, I think I would have started crying. I would have been so happy.
That would have been awesome.
I would have been so happy.
All right, let's get into the game. So obviously, okay. So going into the game, this is my thoughts. I mean, Miami is a very physical team. We knew that going in, so you know that they're going to play some defense. It's going to make it a little bit tough for Trinidad Chambliss. That being said, I thought Ole Miss was the better football team. Looking at the losses that Miami took, I couldn't get those out of my mind. What if they just don't show? I mean, the Louisville L, the SMU L, that matters. And Ole Miss didn't have a game like that all year. So I just thought Ole Miss was the better team, and I thought they had the best player on the field. Obviously, Trinidad Chambliss. And if would I have said that if I wasn't just coming off the Georgia L, where Trinidad Chambliss, it felt like single-handedly won them that football game because he was the most special player on the field? Maybe not. But that's what I felt. And I thought it kind of played out the way that I thought. I had Ole Miss winning the second half. And I say that because I wasn't surprised at all that Miami was out to an early lead and had the lead at halftime. I kind of thought it would be as long as Ole Miss kind of kept it close, similar to the way that I felt about Georgia games all year long. As long as it's one score or less at half, Georgia's got it, right?
Yeah.
Because what I've seen from Miami is they sit on the football at times. Not every game, and not every time they have a lead, but sometimes they have a propensity to just sit on the ever-loving ball.
In the first half of the game yesterday, Jason, to your point, Miami in the first 30 minutes of the game had 22 minutes of possession. 17 points.
Which is insane, and I'm going to get to their position. That's a great point because it's insane for the first half. It's also just insane for the whole game. So we'll have that in a second. But they didn't score in the third quarter. That was music to my ears because I'd seen them do this time and time and time over again, and they actually played better offensively in the third quarter than they have in recent times. They just turned the ball over, which wasn't on Beck, and they missed the field goal. They moved the ball better in the third quarter than I even thought they would because I'm telling you guys, their offense gets lethargic at times. Lethargic. That's why I thought ultimately Ole Miss would win the football game. A combination of they're going to get lethargic, they're going to get the momentum taken from them, and they're not going to be able to get it back. Plus, Ole Miss has the better kicker. For a second there, I thought I had it nailed. Genuinely. And then Ole Miss's kicker ends up missing one. It was from 52 or something like that, but still. Miami's kicker missed one, and I was like, yes, let's go. This is exactly what I thought. There's the pick. But Ole Miss misses one. They end up still going into the lead, 17-16. But 11 minutes to go, I think they're in the driver's seat. Because Ole Miss has the momentum, do they not?
They do.
11 minutes to go, they just take the lead, 17-16. Then they force the 3-and-out. Then they go up 19-17. I'm like, all right. I don't doubt that Miami's going to score, especially when it's 4-down territory up and down the field. Did I see what Miami did coming? Absolutely not. They shocked me with the third down conversions. And I honestly think, before I pass it to you, that was probably the difference in the game. Here's this. There was 4 third down conversions on Miami's last drive alone. 3rd and 2, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, and 3rd and 10. On the last drive alone. Ole Miss, you want to look back and where did you lose the game? You could not get off the field on third down. Because what? Because you had zero pressure. And this was the interesting thing because this was and I don't think you can get all that upset about it if you're Ole Miss because this was your living and dying by it. We heard all season, especially when Pete Golden really took the helm of Pete Golden loves to drop 8. Rush 3, play coverage, drop 8. Well, that's what he did against Georgia. It worked for the most part. That's what he did against Miami all game. He didn't really switch up. And what did we see in the last drive? They rushed 3. Beck has all the time in the world. Finally picks up a receiver, and they convert 3rd and long. The average third down for Miami in this game, all 4 quarters, was 3rd and 8. And they were 11 of 19 on third down. How can you win? And you cannot win. I mean, that's similar to what Ty Simpson and Bama did to Georgia in the first matchup back in October. That's absurd on third down. 11 of 19 for Beck and the boys, and their average distance was 3rd and 8. That's nuts. On the other side, Ole Miss was 2 of 10 on third down. So if you really want to boil the game down to one stat, look at third down conversion. And as you mentioned, time of possession, 42-18. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in my life.
I've not. One of the other points that I want to make about Miami's last drive is when you wear a team out like that, when you don't get off the field as a defense on third down, gosh, your players get winded. And when it really showed was at the worst time for Ole Miss, when 51 for Ole Miss he's the nose tackle on, I'm looking at it here, it's second and goal. Yeah, second and goal, fourth quarter, and he goes to do his pass rush. He bull rushes because he's exhausted, falls down at the 23-second mark.
Okay.
Doesn't stand up till the 18 after Carson Beck escapes the pocket. He was the contained guy on that front right side, but was dead tired and didn't get up. So either Ole Miss didn't have any subs, they didn't plan it right, because it wasn't a hurry-up play.
Right.
And, I mean, that last drive it just sucked the life out of Ole Miss's defense. And, I mean, I don't know how you can compete as a defense when you're on the field for 42 minutes.
42 minutes, dude. That's insane.
I don't even think you practice for that long.
You don't.
I don't think you practice live reps.
Not
for
in.
40,
I mean,
not in playoffs.
No.
Not in the playoffs. No.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, and Malachi Tony's just going to run all over you too. I mean, goodness gracious, that
he's
guy's
special.
Electric. Holy cow!
Yeah, I'll be interested to see. He almost has the. I mean, Bama didn't do this last year, but he almost has the vibe of Ryan Williams.
Oh, you think so?
You know, like that's kind of what Ryan Williams was last year. Like he was touted as the best player on the field as a freshman.
I feel like he's more of a. I feel like Malachi Tony's a little bit more resourceful in that you can use him for a lot more situations than you can for Ryan.
I'm not saying they're similar as a player. I'm saying the story around them.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Ryan Williams was slammed into our ears last year. Every single play that he made, it was 17, he's 17. Well, I mean, it was the same thing last night. And for all of Miami's run, you're hearing about Tony. He's supposed to still be in high school, they're not similar players in the sense, but I wonder, even Jeremiah Smith, we've seen this in college football a lot. The freshman comes as a receiver and takes the world by storm, like borderline. I mean, look, what was the cover of NCAA? Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams. Yep. Well, Jeremiah Smith had a great year, but it wasn't as good, and he wasn't on the map as much, and Ryan Williams kind of had a terrible year. Wonder what we'll see from Malachi Tony. I have no idea. I don't have a take on that. I just wanted to throw that out there. What a season from Ole Miss before we move on. I wonder, though, if Lane is on the sideline. If they score, if one of those field goals is a touchdown. And there's no way of knowing, of course, but they settled. They had it on first and goal late in the third quarter. When they took the 19-17 lead at first and goal, and you had to settle for a chip shot. I don't know. If Lane is on the sideline helping out, talking in Trinidad's helmet until the 15-second mark, Zach, I got a feeling that game is a little bit different. Genuinely. And I don't know what Lane is thinking on a day like today. Watching, I would pay so much money to hear Lane live. Man, I wish they wouldn't have done that. Oh, y'all should be, why is the ball not going here? All that stuff.
Like a Peyton and Eli cast with Lane Kiffin. That would have been, that probably would have been the most tuned in thing. And Pat McAfee,
I would have paid a lot of money.
Yeah, I would have paid $30.
No doubt about it. I can't help but think that maybe that game is different. Shout out to Pete Golding. Man, they're a fun team to watch. And obviously I was rooting for them just because the story I said weeks ago, even before it came out that they were playing Georgia or in the same side of the bracket as Georgia, that if Georgia were to lose, I would be on Ole Miss's side. Obviously that kind of sucked given that they beat Georgia, but they were my favorite story of the playoff. It didn't hurt that they were SEC. I don't really care about that, but if there's an even split, I'll go with that angle. But I would have loved to see Ole Miss in the national championship.
Yep.
I would have much rather it than seeing Michael Irvin on the sidelines acting like I don't know what age. Like genuinely, what age do you think he's? I mean, is that like kindergartner or is that like middle schooler?
He's 60. He's 59, but he's almost 60.
Oh gosh, no. I mean, I'm not going to hate on it, really. I mean,
you got to be.
He's a true fan.
Too. I mean, he is a true fan. You can't get mad at him, but at the same time, you can be a fan without doing what he's doing now. Like that. That's my point. Is what he's doing is a little ridiculous.
I mean, bro thinks that he's on the team.
He is fully convinced that he has personally brought Miami out of the depths of hell and brought them to where he is. Him and Ray Lewis are walking on the sideline like they own the team. And I mean, I'm sure they contribute a little bit of money, but
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Is it good for college football that Miami's back in the championship?
Yeah, I think it causes. I think it's for a lot of views. I genuinely think the entire country is rooting for Indiana to win this anyway, and I think Miami's the perfect villain for them because I think if you did Indiana Ole Miss, you'd have a good split and it'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be two good guys.
But I think it's fun that the whole country will get to rally around Indiana whooping Ole Miss or whooping Miami in the Natty.
Yeah, Cutter in the chat says the country as a whole will be rooting hard for Indiana 100%. I would have been interested to see if they would have played Ole Miss, if it would have been more 50-50. But I still think probably more Indiana. Mm-hmm. How about this? YB400. Appreciate him in the chat. I'm a Knowles fan, but it's nice to see the Canes in the Natty.
Wrong.
Wow. Is that YB, hop back in if you can. Is that just because is there ACC? Or is it just because that's like the childhood, it's college football's better when they're great. Oh, here we go. I don't even know what this is, but I'm sure this is SEC hate. Hold on. I guess the All Cupcake Conference. Okay, that's ACC, yep. Yeah. Beating up the Sausage, Egg, and Cheese Conference. Unreal.
I mean, the SEC, isn't this the third year without a rep in the...
Hey, I got news for you.
Yeah.
The SEC sucked in all postseason play.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not the SEC's representative.
No, you're not.
But I mean, I'm not going to dodge it like I root for the SEC. I do. Other than Florida and Tennessee and Auburn. Like, if Florida was in the national championship, I root against them every single time. I don't care who it's against. And I'm just going to say it how it is.
Yeah.
Maybe not against, like, Ohio State or Notre Dame. Maybe. Again, if it's an equal hatred, then I'll go with the SEC team. I would still root for the Ole Miss. I would still root for LSU. I don't have anything against those teams at all, so I'll root for them.
You think Notre Dame is sitting at home thinking that this is entirely like crap that they should be this team?
I mean, I'm sure they are, but like, I don't think you can say how good you would have done or wouldn't have done in the playoff at this time. It's about who's hot. Really, and who catches fire and all that stuff. And I mean, do I think the committee is extremely happy with this result? I do, because they get vindicated more and more.
Yeah.
And ESPN and everybody in charge of making this thing 12 teams, they're thrilled. They're thrilled because, I mean, they had two lower seeds provide a phenomenal semifinal game. And one of those lower seeds obviously now goes to the championship. Now they still have the firepower of the one seed Indiana still in it. And I don't know if the powers that be or whatever would rather have Indiana or Ole Miss. I really don't. I think Indiana's a better story, but I mean, it's not like their fan base is anywhere close to even Ole Miss's. I don't think. I mean, and it's nowhere close to, their Notre Dames, the Georgias, the Bamas, anything like that. So, I mean, it's going to do well regardless. It's going to do well regardless. Just the fact that it's at home in Miami is baffling. Like, I could not imagine what a national championship in Athens would be for Georgia.
I was going to say, I think the closest we've ever been is maybe a national championship in Atlanta for Alabama or Georgia, but... Do you think that this was a good year for the 12-team playoff?
I mean, sure. I mean, how could you not? Right? I think based off of what's actually happened, how could you not say that? Because in a world where it's 8 or especially 4, Miami's not even in it, and that could be your eventual champion. I mean, you could have this debate till you're blue in the face. Again, what I care about most, and this is a matter of preference, so there's really no need in arguing about it because nobody's wrong. I care most about college football and that the regular season games matter and are of utmost importance. So I would be willing personally to move back to 4 teams. Not that this would ever happen in a million years, but I would be willing to go back to really 8 teams, even if it meant like a team like Miami or Ole Miss wouldn't have a shot, it would be left out, if it meant that regular season's games mattered like they always did. And again, if you don't care about that and you just want to see more teams make the dance and more teams like Ole Miss and Miami, then good for, like, we have no argument. That's just preference.
Yeah.
I want to see week 5, October 5th, that be a borderline postseason game. And if you don't care for that because you want the college football to be more like the NFL, well then, yeah, good on you. No problem. But I don't. I want it to be separate as much as possible. And, I mean, we're going to get to the NIL stuff in the back half of the show today, but, I mean, there is nothing, and we know this. This is not a shock. This is not a banner statement, but there's nothing resembling the old college football that still exists today. It's totally a different sport.
It is.
And honestly, like, as a fan, where college football is like genuinely my first love, way above the NFL. It was college football, baseball, then the NFL. Like, I'm struggling with that. Because even I mean, I don't even know necessarily how to put this into words, but even for me, the Georgia Ole Miss game in the quarterfinal, it didn't feel as big. It didn't feel as big to me as Georgia SEC championships in the past, as the semifinal against Ohio State 3 years ago, or against Michigan, or 4 years ago, and then Michigan 3 years. It didn't even feel close to that. And I don't know if that's just me or what, but it is what it is. Let's get to Indiana and Oregon preview for that game tonight. First of all, are you on Indiana as a fan? Or yeah, are you?
Oh, yeah.
You're on Indiana as a fan.
I mean, how can you not love Kurt Cignetti?
Okay, you're gonna hate. I went on this last week, and I know you were out for that one. Okay, so let me. I'm gonna just go ahead and repeat what I said.
Go ahead,
and I'll have you react to it. So I'm a fan of Cignetti, and I'm a fan of the story. I think, and I'm tailing what Brent has said on this on this network before, that it might be the best coaching job of my lifetime. And it's still undersold and underrated. The job that he has done to get a program like that to the powerhouse that it now is, and now one step away from being in the national championship. Like, it's that insane. Okay?
Okay.
So all the respect in the world for Cignetti, I was a fan of the story. Until last week, it got a little tired for me. It got a little old.
Okay.
It got a little annoying. The scowl on the sideline, the eyebrow, the acting like you're pissed when you're up 30 points, trying to be like Saban. It felt a little brandished. It felt a little inauthentic. It felt a little fake.
Okay.
And I don't know if it is or not. That's just the way that it felt to me. Like, dude, enjoy it, bro. Like, seriously, you're up 30 points in a quarterfinal game. You don't have to be like Saban and act like you're all pissed and stomp around and do your eyebrow like that for the TV. That's the way I felt about it.
Okay.
And I felt like maybe I'm the only one, but I was just like, dude, this is tired. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. I watched him a lot when he was at James Madison, because when he was there, he was in at the time they were FCS, and I was playing FCS, so I was infatuated with the playoff. And so watching him at JMU, I mean, I got to be honest with you, man, that's just his character, I think. You know, I think that he is just a hard-nosed football coach, and I think it's exactly what CFB, listen, Nick Saban will never, ever have his shoes filled. He is cemented in any sort of legacy, Hall of Fame. You name it, Saban's got it.
Right.
But college football, when he left, the unspoken truth is that the fans were yearning for another coach like him.
I don't know if that's true.
I was yearning for another coach like him. I just have friends, and once again, it's just my friends. I'm not speaking to the entire world here, but I have other friends who are like, I wonder who the next
sure
hard head coach is going to be.
Sure,
and it is Cignetti. But going back to his points, but dude, listen, he's he is just ridiculous. In the last 5 seasons, he has one season that wasn't 11 wins or more.
I'm not trying to say that he's not. He's a great coach, and I'm serious. He is insane. Just the antics on the sideline.
You think they're antics?
That's what it kind of seemed like to me.
Okay.
It seemed like it was a little bit above his personality.
Okay.
And I don't know. And I don't want to spend the whole, but I just wanted to, that's what I said. And we'll see. We'll see if that, look, if they're winning this game by 2 touchdowns with 4 minutes to go, or by 17, and I don't think they will be, but if they're winning this game by 17, and we have the 2-minute warning, and this guy is giving somebody an ear, I really think that's kind of brandished. And this whole scowl thing, I don't want to see it again. Maybe it was just because freaking Herbstreit and then played it up so much, and I love Herbstreit and I love Chris Fowler more, really.
Yeah. They did play that up a lot, and what didn't help is that they hyped up. They're like, this Indiana team's not going to jump. They're not going to jump. I don't know what DeBoer's thinking. And so then they do the 3 timeouts thing. They show the scowl, and you could see it from a different angle on the Pat McAfee broadcast of that game, that they got Cignetti, and he goes, did they really think we're going to blink and jump? And in that moment, I was just like, I'm in love with this guy. This is incredible.
All right, I can rock with that. All right, let's get to the game itself. These two teams obviously played week 5 or 6, I believe, 30-20. Indiana goes into Autzen and wins. Okay, first of all, similar to Georgia Ole Miss, right? Georgia beats Ole Miss. This is the only two, other than Tulane and Ole Miss, this is the only situation in the playoff where we have 2 teams that actually played already this year in the playoff. 3 instances so far. Anthony Manzano, 3551, just subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you, bro. Let me know who you're a fan of in the chat. So 3 instances. Tulane played Ole Miss. Ole Miss played Georgia. And then Bama, Oklahoma, excuse me. So 4. And then now Indiana, Oregon. 6 games in, we got to remember that these 2 teams are completely different now. In the same way that Ole Miss and Georgia were not the same 2 teams that met in October, right? And obviously Ole Miss drops the first one, and they come back and beat Georgia in the second one. Could that happen here? I think it very well could. Dante Moore is 6 games into his career, really, or at least with Oregon at that time. Now he's on what? Game 15? Right? This is a much more experienced quarterback. And, of course, Indiana has progressed, and they've gotten better. So I'm not saying this is one way. But Oregon's offense, I think, will improve. In that game, Oregon throws, and Dante Moore throws 2 picks. Well, if he doesn't turn the football over, that's a different game. So, is the experience that he's gained in the last 9 weeks, 9 games, well, maybe if he doesn't turn the ball over, it's a different. See what I'm saying? So, I feel like it could easily flip in a game like tonight. And to kind of go to, is any team in college football this year good enough to go undefeated? Because here's what I can say. Indiana far and away looks like the best team in college football. Don't want to take that away from them. But I don't think they're invincible. I don't think they're invincible at all. And, I don't think any team, obviously, is invincible because everybody's been losing. Is Indiana the last undefeated team left? They have to be, right?
Of Power 5, probably.
Yeah. So I think they're very gettable. It's going to be real hard because they literally don't make mistakes. But they're not far and away better than Oregon is. We know that. There's no Georgia 2022 this year. There's no Bama's of years past or Ohio State's of years past. This is going to be a tight game. And whatever the championship game is, whether it's Indiana or Oregon against Miami, I feel like you should go ahead right now and chalk it as a one-score game. Genuinely. I don't care who they're playing. It's going to be a one-score game. And that's the way I feel like this one is going to go. Before I toss it over and give my final prediction, Indiana's allowing 10 points per game on defense. And all the talk is about Mendoza, rightfully so, probably going to be the number 1 overall pick. So Rat, unbelievable. MB, the running back, they're great. Defense is insane. 10 points a game. That's second best in the country. Now, Oregon's is also slept on. They're allowing 16 points per game. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I think what Indiana really wants to do is I wouldn't be surprised because Oregon's down a back or 2. They still got their Whittington, who's kind of their top guy, but they're missing Davison. I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana tries to run the mess out of this football, control the clock, take Oregon into the deep end, and make this a good old-fashioned rock fight 20-16 game. I wouldn't be surprised. I think Indiana is going to be able to choose which way they want to play this game. They might want to win at 37-34. I don't think there could be that many points. I think that their offense is that good. I think we'll probably meet somewhere in the middle. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I think they could run the football. And here's my last point. Now that I'm talking about running the football, tell me a game, guys, in this whole playoff where the team, and I don't have the stats in front of me, but tell me the game where the team that ran the football better didn't win. And we have some obvious and stark differences. Even last week, Indiana, Alabama. Alabama couldn't run the football for crap. Indiana could, blew them out. Right? Miami could run the football all over. Ohio State couldn't. Miami kind of took and dominated that game. Right? I mean, Oregon, Texas Tech, neither ran the football great in that one. Oregon ran it better. Ole Miss, Georgia was the only game where both teams could run the football, and that's why it was your only close game last week. Now, who ran the football last night better? Well, Miami did. Not by a lot, but they ran the football better, and it was kind of maybe it was just because Kawan Lacey wasn't healthy in the second half. Not to take anything away from Miami. Unbelievable defense. But if Kawan Lacey is 100% in that second half, is it a different ball game? Probably so. Probably so. We're probably punching that football in when we had first and goal, and then we settled for a field goal. So, who runs the football better in this game tonight? I think it's Indiana. So, I'm going to pick Indiana to win. Okay. I think it'll be a one-score game. So, give me a 24-20. Give me a 27-20. Anywhere in there, I'm cool. Indiana doesn't make mistakes. So, how are you going to beat them? I don't know. Are they invincible? No. They're gettable. But that's up for Dan Lanning to decide. I'm glad I don't have to decide how to do it. They run the football better, so they win. What do you got?
I'm taking Indiana, 31-17. I think their offense is electric. I think their defense is even better. I think it's undervalued. I think it's underappreciated. Like you said, that's not an original take at all. And I don't think Dan Lanning's offense with Dante Moore has an answer for that defense. I think the first half, once again, it'll be a little close. I think you can imagine a little 10-7, 14-7 Indiana action. Mm-hmm. But I think going into the third quarter, fourth quarter, like we saw with Ole Miss's D-line in the end of the game, that run offense and that O-line is just going to wear them out. And I just don't think that Oregon's going to be able to bounce back. The other thing that Oregon has been able to do and capitalize on, which is what makes Dan Lanning such a great ball coach, is they take advantage of the other team's mistakes like any really good coach does. Florida State didn't this year, which is why I'm so salty about it. And why I see such a stark contrast. But when a team against Oregon makes a mistake, Dan Lanning pounces on it. They're going to have a hard time finding one this game. I mean, I think Indiana was penalized one time against Alabama. I think so. I think that was like the final stat. I think I looked it up after the game. I think it was one penalty. I mean, you're going to have to find a way to make them make a mistake, and I just don't see how Oregon can win the game if Indiana doesn't make mistakes. But I would love to be wrong just to because that would be if I'm wrong, it's an electric ball game.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I would love to see Dante Moore have like his game where he's throwing for 3, add another one on the ground, and they're putting up 34 points. That'd be awesome. We got to take a break. When we come back, we got a lot to get to, and we're not going to get to it all. We've got a lot of time over this offseason to get to some of these things. All of the teams that we cover, or 3 out of the 5, have new quarterbacks going into next year. I'm talking Philo, I'm talking Daniels, I'm talking Barnett. So we're going to talk about that, UCF, UF, FSU, Lagway as well. That's next on Stadium Pulse. Stay with us.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com. Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt.
And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m.
A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it. Baker Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Shacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Here we go, Stadium Pulse. Back at it. About 15 minutes to go. Appreciate y'all hopping in with us. A lot of Miami fans. Celebrating, enjoying it, rightfully so. I mean, I'm not a big fan of you all, but hey, don't let me take away from your joy. Y'all better enjoy this. Obviously, it's been a very, very long time. Like I said, we've got new quarterbacks to talk about. So we're going to start. We're going to get to UCF, I promise, because we finally got something nights-wise to talk about, and I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to go rapid-fire thoughts, and obviously we're going to have a lot of time over the next couple of weeks and months to break down this further. But first, we'll go outside and talk about DJ Lagway. Lagway transfers to Baylor, obviously the first school to offer him out of high school, where his pops went. I want to know, do Gators fans care? I wanted to know, did Gators fans if they cared about him potentially, and we're going to get to the FSU angle here, but when those pictures now of Lagway and Norvell dapping up on FSU's campus, I wonder how Florida fans reacted to that. Is it once he's gone, he's gone? I don't care. If that's what y'all are saying, I'm not buying it. Y'all don't think I care about Beck as a Georgia fan? Heck yeah, I do. I watched his every move this last year. Not necessarily, I wasn't praying on his downfall by any means. Obviously, I mean, we grew up with the guy. Was a good friend. So, I mean, I wasn't rooted for Miami. I just wanted him to stay healthy. And it was about 50-50. Didn't matter to me. But I definitely followed everything he did. And I cared. So Gators fans who are saying they don't care, I'm not buying it. I wonder if they care that he's at Baylor now. A team where they might not hear a single thing. I mean, they'd have to go out of their way now to go see how he's doing at Baylor. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, as for Lagway himself, I think it's a great move. You get out of the SEC, so immediately number one, you got to stay healthy if you're Lagway. And I think this is a good opportunity for him to do that. Boost the numbers against some Big 12 defenses that are not going to be able to catch up to his arm in the same way as teams did in the SEC, specifically defenses, obviously. And obviously, if he could stay healthy, well, can he actually be able to run again? And because we saw he couldn't run for anything last year. I mean, not that that's the biggest part of his game. He's not a dual threat guy, but he's mobile enough. I mean, he's not much more different than Beck, to be honest with you. He's harder to bring down 100% because Lagway's a tank. He's like 240. He's hard to sack and hard to get on the ground, but he ain't running for positive yards a whole lot. It's similar to Beck. So, in that regard, I think it's a great move for him. You get out of the spotlight a little bit. You should be able to have a lot of success. I think it's a win. What I really want to know, though, is did Lagway say no to FSU? Or did FSU say no to DJ Lagway? And to be honest with you, I have no idea. Because how does Ashton Daniels play into this? I have to believe that Mike Norvell wanted DJ Lagway. I have to believe further that Mike Norvell wanted DJ Lagway more than he wanted Ashton Daniels. So to me, I would say my gut is that DJ Lagway told FSU no. That maybe it was all about money. I don't know. We don't know the money. And maybe we never will. We should, possibly. But if it's a money thing, then that's what it is. I mean, Baylor very well could have offered more than FSU. If you're an FSU fan, that can't taste good. That Baylor's outbidding you. But again, for this specific player, and I'm going to come to you, I promise, because I know you got a lot on Lagway. If I'm an FSU fan, I'm in a predicament. If I'm an FSU fan, is DJ Lagway better than Ashton Daniels? Maybe. Probably. I know that the market believes that Lagway is much better than Ashton Daniels. I guarantee it. I guarantee that Lagway is commanding a lot more money than a guy like Ashton Daniels. I'm not convinced that he's better, but it really doesn't matter what I think. So, but if I'm an FSU fan and I just watched from afar Lagway, and man, did he have a terrible year. That's just what the facts. He had a terrible year, and he wasn't all healthy, so I'm not trying to pin up on him. But he had a horse crap year. So am I all that upset that he didn't choose FSU? No. But at the same time, am I maybe a little stung that we got outbid by Baylor? If indeed we did get outbid by Baylor. Not happy about that. I'm not happy if Norvell had a chance to get his. If Lagway was Norvell's number one guy, then simply the question is, why didn't Norvell get him? And if Norvell was the guy that we thought he was, the guy that we are holding on to a slim chance of hope that he still is, why isn't DJ Lagway in Tallahassee right now? Norvell, you failed with DJU. You picked him. You failed with Thomas Castellanos. You picked him. And now you're going to do it again with Ashton Daniels? Because you struck out on DJ Lagway? Or that's why it's important. If DJ Lagway went to Baylor because they offered him $300,000 more dollars, and I have no idea, hypothetically, well then whatever. There's nothing Mike Norvell can do. But if the money is comparable, and Mike Norvell's just getting his pants handed to him, then what are we doing? Where do you sit on it?
There's a term that my friends and I use called the theory of relativity. There's probably a real term for it, but we're just idiots. We just call it theory of relativity.
That's
okay?
a real thing, bro.
Yeah. Okay, but I don't think
y'all didn't come up with that.
We use this. I never said we came up with it. We use it. We use it.
Forgive me.
We use it. And the theory is did Mike Norvell have an eye appeal for DJ Lagway because he played at Florida, or because he's a good quarterback? And I think the truth is if DJ Lagway did not play football in the Southeast region, Norvell would have never gone for him. And I think what made this gold for him is that he would have another edge on Florida, and the fans could rally around the fact that we got a Florida quarterback in the transfer portal.
Okay, hold on though. Let me stop you there.
Okay.
Because the leg up on, and I know you're posing it as, I know this is not what you're saying.
Correct.
This is what some people are saying. That's not a win.
No, it's not a win.
You got Florida seconds.
Correct. I don't want Lagway. I need to make that abundantly clear. Mm-hmm. I think that the appeal was that Norvell could say, hey, we're going to rally the troops, rally Florida State around the fact that we got something from Florida. He sucks.
That's just garbage logic. Yeah, if that happens.
If that's the logic, I'm just, dude. I mean, nothing's.
Right.
I have no idea what Norvell's doing. Anything plays here. Any logic.
Well, you have no
here.
idea what Norvell's been doing for the last 2 years.
Amen.
Okay, go ahead.
Correct. I have no idea. I'm throwing theories out there, throwing crap to a wall, and seeing what sticks and what slides.
It's a beautiful thing.
Okay. I have no idea, and I'm being very candid here. I don't have a damn clue on who Ashton Daniels is. I don't have a clue. I don't know if I want to know right now, to be honest with you. I'm focused on the Jaguars, okay? I'm extremely happy about the Jaguars and Indiana and the national championship and everything like that. But, dude, I have no idea what Florida State is doing right now. And on top of that, I am speaking on behalf of my Florida State friends. Mm-hmm. Why are we not investing in Kevin Sperry? We have tried the damn transfer portal. It didn't work. The last time we tried to develop a backup quarterback, it turned out to be Jordan Travis, and we were fantastic. Why are we not developing Kevin Sperry? In the 3 chances he had to go in the games this year, he was a phenomenal backup quarterback. But they kept pulling him out. They didn't give him chances. And then on top of that, they're going to throw dirt in his face and say, hey, we're going to go out and go get the 33rd out of 48 rated power quarterback and Ashton Daniels. And, and here's even more of an insult. We're going to go get Florida's crappy quarterback, DJ Lagway, and we're going to bring him in here for a visit because guess what, Sperry? You're not good enough. You should have started at another school so we could bring you in as a transfer. I mean, what are we doing? I don't have a clue. I'm done.
Okay. A couple minutes left to go in the show. I mean, we're gonna
that transition's nuts. Yeah, blip.
We're gonna have a lot on Ashton Daniels. I mean, we're gonna learn a lot about him. I mean, obviously a backup at Auburn. I think you started at Stanford. He looks good to me in limited time at Auburn, given the situation of Hugh Freeze. And again, I don't have time to break that down because I owe it to UCF to spend a minute or two on them. And that's not even starting with Philo at with the Gators now. Obviously coming over with Buster Faulkner and Baugh. They get him back. It's huge. Usually they get Baugh back, and I want to know what they ponied up for him. But no matter what the number is, it's a win. because you got to reel your fan base in. So even if you overpaid and even if you could have got 2 offensive linemen for the price of Baugh, I don't care. You got offensive linemen coming in anyway. It's a win for Summerall. That being said, I don't think Gators fans are necessarily ecstatic about what their offense could look like in 2026, and I'm telling you, you should be. Is Philo the most star-studded name in the transfer portal? Absolutely not. I mean, we've barely seen anything of him. What we have seen is good. In, I think, 7 or 8 quarters of football at Georgia Tech. Threw the ball over the yard. It was great. But obviously, there are 20 other quarterbacks in the portal that are flashier, more experienced, talented, that would have been a better on-paper get for Florida. So in a sense, they settled. It's a cheaper option. There's continuity with Buster Faulkner, and it's a guy that you're going to get for multiple years. That's a win if you're the Gators. That's 3 wins. Saved money. Multiple years, continuity with Buster Faulkner. I think it's huge. Is it going to pan out in 2026? I don't know. This guy going from playing 2 games at Georgia Tech to going and playing a full schedule as the unquestioned starter. And it may be Tramel Jones. I mean, I'm not penciling in Philo necessarily. He could be Tramel from right up the road here. But we'll see. All right, I got 2 minutes to get to UCF. I haven't talked about him in a couple of weeks just because what is there to talk about? But now that the portal's empty, holy cow, it's going to be a brand new team. We knew that, but still, I think it's a shock to my system every time I see, where did the team go? I've never heard of these guys. I'm going to have to learn a brand new roster. And I can't comment on the most of the players that they have gotten and most of the players that they've lost. However, I can say the fact that they went and got JMU's quarterback, Alonza Barnett, the 3rd, I believe, I think it's a huge win. UCF, they needed a quarterback with production at the college level. I don't care what conference it's in. Taven didn't have production. Hadn't played. Jacuri, he really hadn't played. Relative to what Barnett has, guy's played freaking 3, I think at least 3 full seasons. Like, he has been JMU's guy for a minute. And took him to the playoff. I mean, it's got an asterisk by it because it was a handout. Sorry, not sorry. They were like the 30th ranked team in the country. But they're still, hey, that's better than UCF was. Heck of a lot better than UCF was. So I think it's a win. I mean, the guy put up, 3 touchdowns against Oregon? 2 passing, 1 on the ground? That's a win. You got a guy who knows what's going on, has a lot of experience in college football that can be able to come in. Scott Frost, Mackenzie Milton, do your thing. I think we should see much better quarterback play in Orlando than we did last year. All right. Appreciate all the let me get to this one comment. Some quarterbacks can have very little experience and win a Super Bowl in the NFL. That's possible. Also know this, Anthony. I want to be honest. I don't know if I should have read that comment because I have no idea what it's saying.
There's him and Anthony in the chat are going back and forth about who's going to replace Miami, and they're talking about experience versus no experience.
I got you. Perhaps I will read these back, and we'll get to it next week. I appreciate you guys hopping in the chat. Appreciate everybody who's hanging out with us today. This has been Stadium Pulse. We do it every Friday, 9 to 10 a.m., covering the 5 schools. It's going to be a fun one. Enjoy. Hey, second to last college football game of the year. Enjoy it. In 5 minutes, Jags, Bills. Mitch Morse joins the show in the 11 o'clock hour, former center for both the Bills and the Jags. That'll be a lot of fun coming up on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Have a good Friday, everybody.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnicht. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnicht. GMC. We are professional grade.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now, the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu